Okay, welcome class 9. So let's start with Act 1, Scene 2. Fine. Yesterday we read that Nerissa is asking Portia about her feelings for the princes, for the suitors who have come to take part in the lottery of casket. Portia told him to name the prince and she will explain. She will describe them and then Nerissa can guess what she feels about them. So first there was a Neapolitan prince. Fine. She said that he is like a young horse because he always keeps on talking about his horse. So there's another Nerissa named the another prince. Then there is the County Palatine. Fine. County Palatine is a count is a local ruler. We can call them noblemen. So she said कि next is a County Palatine. He's the Count of Palatine region. Portia, he doth nothing but frowns. So Portia says, oh, he does nothing but frowns. He always have the angry expressions on his face. He always keeps saying being angry. As who should say, and you will not have me choose. Clear? So she says he's always having angry expressions on his face. He does nothing but frown. He always keeps some angry expressions on his face. As who should say, as if he were to say, whenever it seems to him, it seems that he seems to say, and you will not have me choose. As if he is saying that if I do not take him as my husband, then I may choose anyone else, because he would, in that case, he would feel no interest in me. I feel he hears merry tales and smiles not. She said he listens to amusing stories. Merry tales means amusing stories, but he does not smile at all. I fear he will prove the weeping philosopher when he grow old, being so full of unmannerly sadness in his youth. Now Portia expresses her fear. She said, I am afraid that he will prove the weeping philosopher when he grow old. I am afraid that on growing old, he would become a weeping philosopher. Clear? Here again there's an illusion. The weeping philosopher is an reference to a philosopher. Heraclitus was his name. He went to live alone in the mountain because he was sad by mankind, by human stupidity. So she is saying, I am afraid that on growing old, this County Palatine, he would become as sad as the philosopher Heraclitus. Clear? Because the philosopher, he used to weep whenever he saw the people running away from their duties. Clear? And that's why he left this world and go to the mountains. And why she is saying so? Being so full of unmannerly sadness in his youth. She said that this man, this County Palatine, clear, when he is still young, he is full of unpleasant sadness. He is full of unbecoming sadness. So definitely when he grew old, he will become a weeping philosopher. He would be as sad as Heraclitus. I had rather be married to Death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these two. Now she said that I would prefer, clear, I would prefer to marry a skeleton with a bone in its mouth. Right? Death's head, it's an emblem of a skull with two bones, crosses underneath. You might have seen वो रहता है ना, एक skull रहता है, उसके नीचे दो bones रहते हैं cross में. That is known as death's head. So she said, I would prefer to marry a skeleton with a bone in its mouth rather than marries either of these two men. Who are the two men? The prince, Neapolitan prince, and County Palatine. God defend me from these two. May God protect me against both these suitors. May God defend me. May God protect me against both these suitors. Fine. Then they discuss about the third prince. Nerys asks him, how say you by the French lord, Monsieur Libon? Then she asks, okay. Then what do you say about the French lord, Monsieur Libon? Portia, God made him and therefore let him pass for a man. She said, I can allow the man, I can call him a man only because he was created by a God. Only because God has created him, that's why I can call him a man, but for no other reason. There's no other reason to call him a man. In truth, I know it is sin to be a mocker. She said, truly speaking, I know that it is a sin to make fun of other people. But I cannot avoid myself making fun of this French lord. Though it is a sin, I know it is a sin to make fun of others, but I cannot resist myself from making fun of him. Why? He hath a horse better than a Neapolitan's, a better bed habit of frowning than the county palatine. She said, well, that man, he hath a horse better than Neapolitan. The man, this French lord, he has a horse better than the one owned by the Prince of Naples. He talks more about his horse, clear, than the Neapolitan prince talk about his horse. A better bad habit of frowning than County Palatine. He had even worse habit of frowning. He was even having a sad expressions than County Palatine has. If a throstle sings, he falls straight a capering. A capering is a dance. Fine, it's a form of a dance. Sorry. He is every man in no man. Clear? He is every man in no man. So what's she saying? It is a fact that he has no personality, no identity of his own. But he seems to share everybody else's traits of character. He is having the characteristics of everyone. He talks more about his horse more than the Neapolitan prince. He has more sad expressions on his face than County Palatine, but he is having no identity of his own. He is having the character trait of everybody else. If a throstle sings, he falls straight a capering. A throstle is a small singing bird. If you listen to the this bird is also known as thrush. If you listen to the thrush singing, okay, he would immediately start dancing. Straight a capering, he would immediately start dancing. He will fence with his own shadow. He began to fight with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands. If I were to marry him, I would be marrying not one but 20 men. Why? Because he is having the character trait of everybody else. If he would despise me, I would forgive him. If he hates me, I would forgive him for this. For if he loves me to madness, I shall never requite him. Why? Because if he loves me to madness, I would never reciprocate his love. I would never be able to repay his love. So if he hates me, I can forgive him easily because I cannot love him. Right? So children, revise it. Rest we will do tomorrow. Thank you.